Okay, we are back with Strider 2. A little bit earlier than expected, but um yeah. It's a pretty straightforward game. And not too restrictive. Well, you can put as many quarters as you want, as many continues. So it makes it a little more easier to play. Um but yeah. Definitely did not practice for 1cc, just got pretty comfortable with it is all. Oh, I should have done something first, but it's fine. So I'm playing on my PS3 right now. So everything's the same. Yeah, let me turn rapid fire on. There we go. And I would save, but you have to manually, like, um, yeah, insert your memory card on the PS3, like a digital one, to make it work. So hopefully I can still play Hein. I think it'll still unlock after doing the first clear. Um, yeah, it should be fine. Hopefully, anyways. Okay. We are actually gonna start with stage 3. And that's because there's sort of like a, how to say, I guess you can describe it as a ranking system. Because depending on the order you play the stages on, it actually um change up spawns a little bit. Not too much, but there'll be like more spawns or yeah, different, like little extra added enemies and boss fights probably. Like little stuff like that. Oh, I actually want to pick that up. Yeah, and holding, I think the attack button speeds up the cutscenes, which is pretty cool. Now, the thing is, compared to the first one, we no longer have momentum type of movement. So you don't have to worry about like slopes as much anymore. We do have a dash button, so that makes movement a little more straightforward to do. Okay. Yeah, you can climb up while you avoid this thing, but you can just latch on and do a lot of early damage. There we go. And that's a really useful move right there. Pressing down and up in the air does a sort of like circular attack. Really good multi-hitting move to like do serious damage on bosses. It also stops your air momentum. So if there's any tight platforming, you can just like stop your place right then and there. I try to save him for last because there's upgrades from the drones and someone from up top. So I can make sure, because if you kill the guys up top, you'll instantly teleport down below, and you'll miss out on some upgrades, or health, or like power up. Yeah, I wanted to do this stage first because it makes this a whole lot easier. Like there's more backup if you do it later, so. There we go. Now, as much as I like it being this sort of boss rush game, um, their patterns. What's the phrase I'm looking for? There's a lot to be desired, pretty much, because a lot of them you can um, just crouch and just spam attacks. Like in the Genesis port of the arcade game, there's a lot more movement stuff going on, or like unique patterns at least. There's a boss I skipped, but doing that boss will stop this fan from pushing you back. But you just time your dash attacks, break it a little easier. Nice. Yeah, there's like a sweeping beam attack it does, and it's very tricky to dodge. I think I might have had my power up. Testing, testing. All right, we're back. Yeah, I don't know why I just disconnected like that, but okay, we are back. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, let me catch up with you guys. What Strider? Never heard of it. It's a really cool early Capcom action platformer. It's originated in arcades, so you feel that in its design, which is really cool. Very fast paced, very uh, quick to the point, very strong pacing. Really good game. I was playing Metal Gear Rising 2 2 hours ago for the first time and suddenly delete my save. No. Well, how was the 2 hours of playing it? Hopefully you enjoyed it, but um, should I break my PC to pieces? That might be a little too dramatic, but I understand the frustration. Damn, I'm trying to think when was the last time I lost a lot of progress for a save file. Actually, I'm gonna start over from the top again. Um, what does that character look like? The dude from oh, because it is. That is did you see him in MVC 2? I'm not sure if he's in 1. Yeah, I think he's more known for like being in Marvel vs. Capcom than his own games at this point. Um, okay, everything's back. And all the stats are normal. But yeah, we're just gonna start over since I had a little technical difficulties sort of thing. Have you heard of Canada? Yeah, I beat that. I remember buying the whatchamacallit, the port on PlayStation, because yeah, I noticed the very similarities, close similarities to Strider 2. I think it was made afterwards, so you see a lot of whatchamacallit, similarities, which is cool. But yeah, that's a really cool game. You can like Uzuna drop enemies and bosses, which is funny. Oh, I wanted to grab that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't mind falling into the water there because I knew I was gonna health pack. There we go. Yeah, that, as you can tell, that power up did massive damage. Enjoyed it, but yeah, that sucks, dude. Didn't know he had a game. Yeah, he has a few. We played through the Genesis port of the arcade. That was really fun, actually. It's like 15-20 minutes long, so it was really fun to learn like the routing stuff. Very unique game. I really like the Genesis game. Because looking at it, you wouldn't realize it has sort of a momentum-based movement to it. Like at first, you'll really like appreciate the like slants and slopes of the level design, so it's very different. But then you learn like that actually affects your movement. Just pretty interesting. And you have committal jumps, so like every advanced movement you do is has to be pre-planned and committal. Yeah, I really like the Strider 1 game. This one's a bit longer than the first one. I think I beat it around 17-20 minutes by looking at the final results screen they show me. So I don't think it counts like cutscenes, loading time, and choosing stages, but keep that there for extra. Yeah, skip this guy. You want to save him for last. Because they give you a power up there, and if you kill him last, you'll teleport to the bottom, and you just eat into your time to climb up there. Yeah, we just have a freshly picked up power up, so. And yeah, that's gonna be the strategy for a lot of bosses in this game. So jumps aren't as committal anymore. You can control in the air. There's a dash, like double tap input, so you don't have to worry about the momentum stuff anymore. And the level design is still the same. And I like the very fast-paced structure of the game. It becomes more of like a boss rush. But like I said earlier, the patterns are just, I forget the phrase, but it's much to be desired, pretty much. They're very simple, but it's still a very fun game though. Just like rush through. They should make a new Strider game. If Resident Evil, the Resident Evil fatigue is real for me. The last Strider game that came out was over 10 years ago. I was actually looking at my trophies for the Strider reboot, and yeah, it's like to the date a decade ago since I last played it. It was like in 2015. I'm not sure if that's when it came out, but that's when I played it anyways. Yeah, that was a really fun game. I had access to it through PS Plus, and I haven't bought PS Plus in a long time, so I don't have it anymore. But if it's on sale, I'll honestly pick it up and play it on stream. That's a really cool game. Yeah, that's like I was saying, like I wish Capcom did more smaller projects, like Ghosts and Goblins, Resurrection, uh, like a Mega Man 11 again, and like Strider, especially for this year, with all the old classic ninja games coming back. Like it would be so cool if Strider joined Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden, but no luck, no luck. Yeah, I just stacked up on all my like power up for that boss. Are you using turbo? Yeah, I'm definitely using turbo. I'm trying to save my finger health. Do you like Razor's Edge? Of course, I like it a lot. And how is the combat compared to the other two? It's way more free flow. Oh, actually, let me play 2 first. My order is 3, 2, 4, 1, and then 5. But yeah, I really like Razor's Edge. Like, I think the enemy design is a nice improvement over Vanilla 2. But like I said before, like Vanilla 2 never had an actual overhaul like Ninja Gaiden Black or Razor's Edge, because the enemies in those games are also very simple and exploitable, like in 04 and Vanilla 3. So they had versions to like actually make them interesting. Vanilla 2 didn't really have that chance, but yes, enemies are better. I like the heavy hold system. I like the balanced UT system. The slide is really cool. More cancels makes that game even more, like I said, more free flow. And you can really tell a difference between who's playing the game. Like everyone has their own style, which is pretty cool. But like I said, a lot of the bosses are going to be crouching and then attacking. Have you played Razor's Edge at all? I know I made a video, but 2 hours is a lot to get through. So I can imagine if you haven't had the chance to check it out. Always jump on that part. You'll be caught. You'll start to walk slowly if you don't. Yeah, very fun, like Strider trope doing that. There we go. Man, and these splash screens in this game were like, that's what really stood out to me the first time I played this game. Like a little graphic novel type of in between sections. Okay, be patient. I'm not going for like a 1cc or anything. I'm just trying to get like a pretty decent run. I think the power up is timer based. So I don't want to like wait around too long. Luckily you can hit these guys below before they swat at you. Ooh, a little impatient there, but it's fine. Okay. I was waiting for him to teleport so I can grab this power up. Yeah, that's such a cool move. I'm really glad they added this. It has like a command input to it too. Very fun. If it was in Smash Bros, I can imagine this is like his neutral air. 2014, yeah. Screw them Souls like the Dark Souls, Elden Ring, slow pace combat's boring. Just rolling like a hedgehog. I can slash it better. I definitely know where you're coming from. There's definitely its own sort of pace to it. Like I'm really glad. Like I know Ninja Gaiden 4 is looking divisive right now, but the fact we're even getting like a very fast-paced action game at all is pretty damn cool. And Ninja Gaiden is all about speed and aggression, so I'm glad we're getting that sort of style of action game again. A little too early, but and another thing I have, well, Elden Ring I liked a lot, but yeah, that's the game where I started to realize I felt their attack patterns were a little too long, and the moments of vulnerability weren't. There was too many gaps before you can attack. There's a lot of rolling and then waiting for like a split second to do like a minuscule amount of damage. Yeah, if their patterns were a little bit shorter, I think it'd be like a better paced fight, like more back and forth. Because a lot of the time you are just rolling, waiting your turn. It's at its worst in Elden Ring at times, but I still did like that game overall. I'm very curious of what they do next, but yeah, looks like they're going like more of an online sort of route now. I still haven't played Night Rain, so I don't know how good it is. And they haven't said much about Dusk Blood, the Switch 2 exclusive. I like Souls, but they lack creativity. They keep releasing the same exact game. I don't mind they're the same game because that's like, I would like if From Software did more different games, but like, they do have a sort of genre. Because like, you know, like Team Ninja, modern day Team Ninja is very much like they describe it, historical action RPGs. So that's their thing right now. But yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from because I mentioned this last time, but I think after Neo 3, I might have reached my what's the word? Like, okay, let's hope they do something a bit different because I've been playing these games for nearly a decade, like this style of game. So I like to see what they can do a little bit differently, but yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from. That the style is definitely it's becoming more and more formulaic, pretty much. But I think the open world aspect is always like the easy trump card to pull out to make the game feel different. It definitely has its own pros and cons, but yeah, I use the little spin attack there to stop my forward momentum. If I didn't, I would have fallen right off the edge. Just roll like an idiot for 400 times till you hit the boss like one time. Yeah, I like hard games where you and the boss are on the same level and you are not an ant versus an elephant. But yeah, I don't mind. Okay, I think when you mean elephant, it's probably not like the size, but like you feel like you're not doing enough damage. And I definitely felt that with Elden Ring at times. Like every time I landed an attack, like a punish, it wasn't very satisfying because it was like I'm scratching it pretty much. It wasn't like heavy hits from both sides from the fight, so like it feels like we're on even footing. I think Demon Souls does that the best. Like every hit you land feels like substantial, and that goes for both of you. Like you and the boss are doing pretty solid damage to each other, but they don't outstay their welcome. Yeah, so long attack animations, very short, very few attack windows, and then not doing enough damage because of like large health pools. Definitely is like the biggest sin for Elden Ring for me. I think I can just damage boost the rest. There we go. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it is. Own bad, but the combat is the same since Dark Souls 1. If Elden Ring was fast-paced, it would have been the best game ever. So what's your opinion on the open world aspect then? Like, so I'm guessing you don't mind the open world, it's more of like the pace of the combat. Like it's a little too slow, too one-sided, like it's not like a battle to the death, it's more like a battle of nutrition. That's how it felt like for me anyways at times. But yeah, I had this conversation super early on. I think the first stream I did. But if I ever do cover like a Souls game, it'll probably just be Demon Souls, and I'll leave it at that. Because yeah, the foundation or like the style hasn't changed since then. So there's like no point in doing like every single game. For combat reasons, since that's like what I do. Yeah, I feel like I'll just do Demon Souls and probably call it there. I want to use my boost, but I'm one hit away, so I'm just gonna wait it out. There we go. Yeah, I had one more boost to spare too. I could have used it for the previous boss or something. Fighting dragons is so annoying. It's a classic for the sort of fantasy, dark fantasy setting. So I don't mind it, and I haven't got tired of it. It's a very sort of classic, like mini boss or boss. You gotta have a dragon. I actually forgot about this guy. I thought I can kill him beforehand. There we go. I should have saved my boost a little later, but that's fine. Just rolling and hitting R2 or R2. Not deep at all. Elden Ring with Sekiro combat will lean. Yeah, I'm really surprised they didn't do more with that combat system for Sekiro. They might have been like developed alongside each other. So maybe that's why, but yeah. Well, I guess the like sort of very simplistic, okay, simplistic combat isn't a bad thing. Like look at Zoe 2 and Shinobi, like the PS2 games. There's nothing wrong having simple kits. It's like, it's all about the balance. Like things die very quick. And so do you in Shinobi. And Zoe 2 does a really good job at keeping things fresh by mixing and matching enemies and the stages, like with unique gimmicks and stuff. It's like simple combat is good. It's just all about execution, which is all of game design, really. It just comes down to execution. But yeah, I know what you mean, though. It's getting formulaic after all these years. Ooh, 1 second. All right, we're back. Let me catch up. I like Bloodborne, pistol parry. Yeah, like it's a very strict sort of timing to it. If you like that sort of parry, it's actually in Rise of the Ronin, believe it or not. Like, I didn't test it until afterwards, but yeah, I had my video made at the time, so I didn't put it in there. But yeah, it is possible to pistol, like Bloodborne pistol parry, which is cool. There we go. Yeah, I try to catch up to the platform and then get on even level with it. Rise of Ronin got crazy combat, but the PS2 graphics are a butt, and I played it on PC. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that's the only thing I've heard going against it, was this presentation. And yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Like for me, I don't mind. Like art, I don't, okay. High fidelity isn't what I'm interested in. It's all about art direction. Like pixel art, for example, like how they use the different colors really go a long way. And same for like modern games. It's all about color. Like I know like Samurai Jack, the Soleil Ninja Gaiden game. You can also describe it like as a PS2 game, but how they use the use of color and style really makes it stand out. Yeah, and that's why you like Beautiful Joe, Sly 2, Jet Set Radio, like games with very strong art direction, no matter what decade or console generation that came out, still hold up. Visually, it's because of art direction. Yeah, they always like jump in front of you, so you just crouch and wait for them. How to delete it? Damn. It is also a long game, so yeah. There we go. I think I still have my weapon power up. I think that's why I'm doing so much damage. Ooh, okay, I'm fine. Little callback to Strider 1 on top of this antenna. I was trying to look for a 1-up around here like there was in the first game, but or like some sort of hidden power-up. Usually he goes a bit lower, but yeah, he always goes to the left side. That's fine. It still worked out pretty much. Like he's very easily stun locked in the corner. Open world or linear like DS3, I don't really care. I like them both. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind. Uh, I think I prefer linear games, but I do approach open world games on their own terms. Because I did give like Rise of the Ronin. Um, I approached it as like an open world sort of Ubisoft game, just with good combat, pretty much. But yeah, as long as like the actual like mechanics are fun, then I think that's what count. I think what you need to have in an open world game is fun movement. That's why stuff like Batman and Spider-Man work so well, is because of the fun movement. Okay. Oh, I missed the power up. No. Oh, this is bad. And jumping makes you go all the way up, so. Okay, it sort of worked out. Oh, speaking of Batman, Gamescom yesterday just announced another Lego Batman game with Arkham combat. So now it has my interest. Rocksteady, you know, didn't deliver what we wanted with Suicide Squad. So yeah, just having something similar sounds pretty fun right now. I don't know if they actually released like a planned release date or anything, but I'm definitely interested. Too slow. Maybe this might get messy. Oh, actually clipped my foot. That's fine. Yeah, we also saw the Ninja Gaiden 4 trailer, like the story trailer thing, more weapons. I think it's called the Assassin Box or something. There was an IGN interview that came out, I think today or yesterday, describing it. Yeah, it looks like that's Akuma's fourth and final weapon. Like a multi-tool thing. Okay. Okay. Time to wait here until the gravity shifts back. Yeah, I could just let the gravity take me up, but I'm gonna try to avoid taking too much damage. Oh, that's fine. I think there's a power up. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. I think we're at the boss. Oh, okay, never mind. So we fight the Grandmaster, I think, after this. There we go. Just want synchro combat in Elden Ring or just faster paced combat. I don't mind big enemies, but Elden Ring is annoying, unlike Mega Rising. Yeah, so yeah, it's not the size of the boss. It's just like, I want my hits to mean something, and I want the interactions to be more back and forth, heavy hitting. We're both like beating each other up. Yeah, that's where more action games should aim to do in general. Because as soon as you have that sort of enemy bloat feel to it, it just kills the pacing. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to push him to the side, and then you can loop him. Yeah, hit him once and then micro walk forward. And slowly move him. But yeah, this is the guy we can play after we beat the game, so hopefully we can do that. Like I said, I don't have that digital memory card plugged in the PS3 right now. I forgot you have to do that, but you should be fine. As you could tell, he doesn't take fall damage. Like, he's not punished for this, which sucks. But it locks him into a loop at least. I don't mind the PS1 graphics, but why does it run worse than Cyberpunk? Yeah, I don't think Team Ninja's ever been good at PC optimization. I kind of think that's the case for a lot of developers. But yeah. I'm a console player, so I don't have to deal with it, but I hear the horror stories all the time. Well, Cyberpunk, was awful, I heard on console, but yeah. It always feels like PC gets the sore end of the stick in optimization early on. Like, that was the problem with Arkham Knight when it came out. And that sucks, like, that was like a big problem why people shunned it early on, but now it works on many machines, I hear, which is good. Yeah, this is the final boss right here. If only I can get up there. Okay, I would use my boost, but actually screw it. I have 3, so. Hey, I think it's gonna fly off right now. Oh, barely. That's fine though. Yeah, it starts to do this little iframe move a lot. Yeah. There we go. Elden Ring runs, well, looks as bad as Rise of the Ronin, but it doesn't appear so, because art direction, exactly, yeah. Like, look at if you ask like a very casual player, they will say Ghost of Tsushima is better than Rise of the Ronin, not because of like the combat, it's mainly because of like the story heavy focus direction, but it's the use of colors and like the art direction. Like, that really makes a game stand out. Like, there is some nice areas in Rise of the Ronin with like the it has its areas with the cherry blossoms or the fall looking places with the orange trees and stuff. But few and far between, that's for sure. Elden Ring looks like a 2013 game with those FromSoft engine graphics. The art direction carries, yeah. But that might help. Using the same engine and assets might be the reason why they can turn out games so quick. So that's good, because like, look at Bethesda. They announced like Elder Scrolls 6, like I think 6-7 years ago at this point. So yeah, at least FromSoft and like Team Ninja reuse a lot of stuff, so they can like turn out games a lot quicker, especially Team Ninja. Yeah, I didn't put the digital memory card, but I think we can still play Hein. There we go. A 3D Strider could be cool. Yeah, ninjas and robots are a classic mix. Yeah, like Strider was doing that this early on. Like having a 3D. Actually, a 3D Strider game would be Shinobi on PS2. The wall clings, the air dashes, um, you know, fast movement, fighting helicopters and stuff like that. Like just repurpose Shinobi on PS2 into a Strider game. I think it'll work pretty well. Yeah, air dashes, actual level design like that mixes in combat and your movement together in the stages. Yeah, so for Hein, we can't pick stages anymore, like the layout. It's a fixed pattern, but it's not too bad. And then he has like this sort of massive shuriken boomerang thing going on. I think he only has 2, so if you toss out more than, well, if you toss both of them out, you don't have an attack, so he plays a bit differently. Same movement though. Yeah, see, I can only do damage when my stuff comes back. But the patterns, well, the strategies are all the same. Because I've been practicing on my Vita. You can play PS1 games on there. Yeah, everything's exact same with Hein. Like how you approach everything. So it's not too different, but it's cool to see a different sprite. And even back then, they were having the rival fight playable, which is cool. More, whatchamacallit, action games should do that. There we go. Yeah, I just dashed up to the edge of the cargo truck, and then I just crouch. It works every time. I heard Ryu's weapon's going to cost real money. Yeah, they're locked behind a paywall, which is unfortunate. Like, Yakumo at least is already more developed than Ryu was in Vanilla 3. Like there's a bunch of weapons, unique mechanics. There's also the side modes already there. It just sucks that Ryu's there with nothing. So we have no choice but to compare it to Vanilla 3. I said this last time, but they shouldn't have even made Ryu playable. Not in this state anyways. If you're going to put him in, he should have been fully finished from the beginning. Because they're now, him like having very little stuff, it just makes the game look unfinished. Either unfinished or unfocused. Either way, it's not a good look. Yeah, I said this last time, but drop to 4, call it a spin-off the same way Ragebound is. Because both games give us a different main character that replaces Ryu sort of thing. And Ryu's just a cameo. So like, both games are a spin-off, so they lean into it. But yeah, like Ryu should have been like, yeah. They shouldn't have put him in until it was fully finished, I say. He will launch one weapon, and we'll get more DLC. Hopefully, everything comes out for him within a year, like less than a year. Cause like Neo, for example, like Team Ninja in general, their DLC comes out fully before the next game comes out. So, and they do yearly releases, so yeah, hopefully that keeps up with Ninja Gaiden 4, where we don't have to wait for so long for everything to come out. Like Razor's Edge came out 6-7 months after Vanilla 3, so we'll see. And I think even the DLC name was revealed. I think Tale of Two Masters. by the sounds of it, it's just like one and done expansion. So hopefully that one expansion fully completes Ryu's moveset, but who knows. I don't have... I don't think it's going to be like a major rollout of content like Neo, with like 3 or 4 expansions sort of thing. It sounds like it's just going to be the one and that's it. So you better make it count, pretty much. But we'll find out eventually. There we go. And in that interview that came out today in IGN, now they're being more transparent than, yeah, Ryu only has one weapon, but the rest of DLC. They were very secretive about it early on, but now the cat's out of the bag, pretty much. I'm so starved of ninja content nowadays. Yeah, that's why I'm going back to the classics. There's a lot of ninja games I haven't played yet, like the Strider series. There's quite a few Shinobi games I haven't played, but yeah, you just have to go back. You just have to go back, unless you really have to like the 2D stuff. If not, then yeah, you're it's tough luck, sadly. But there is a lot of ninja content if you like the 2D classic stuff. Even if you never played it though, I think you'll find the appeal very quick. With the very fast movement, like tough games but very rewarding to master. Like typically the ninja games are like the perfect balance of what action games should have. But we mentioned it earlier, but if you never played like PS2 Shinobi or Nightshade on like I said, PS2, definitely play those. Like those are recommended all the time for a reason. Always forget he opens up with that attack. Yeah, besides that, yeah, there's not much 3D Ninja 3D stuff coming out. But Shadow of the Ninja Reborn was really good. I'm glad I finally got around to it. And of course, Ragebound was pretty solid. A little too long for my taste, but still a pretty good game. I'm very skeptical of NG4. It looks like they made the gameplay more reactive with parries, perfect dodges, and also like air combos. How do I say? I think Razor's Edge is already making that change. Like Cicada Surge in general is a reactive defensive mechanic. So like it's no, like the concept is no different to perfect dodges in NG4. Like that's why I've been making it. I've been trying to say a lot with my Ninja Gaiden videos. There's been a trend for them removing recovery and committal gameplay since the second one. Like removing end lag on Flying Swallow, removing end lag on Izuna Drop, Cicada Surge, and stuff like that. They've always been like, with each game removing more and more committal gameplay and adding more cancels. So I guess it's a situation of like frog in boiling water, however that phrase goes. Like you don't notice it until it's like, you know, a massive change. But yeah, the games have been doing it for a while. It's just been slow enough where it's hard to notice. Oh, I jumped. I instant double jump. I didn't mean to. There we go. But yeah, it is definitely a different change. But that's why I think they shouldn't have even called it Ninja Gaiden 4. If it was just called something else, like be more transparent. That's a a spin-off, having these more different or experimental mechanics would have went over more smoothly with people. Like, you can be more experimental, pretty much. But yeah, it's a very, very messy situation, I think. Yeah, fingers crossed the complete version makes everyone happy, but yeah, every version of Ninja Gaiden plays drastically different historically, so Ninja Gaiden 4 is kind of continuing that tradition. But yeah, it's always a huge, how do I say? It could be like a knee-jerk reaction thing. Because even back then, I've heard the stories of Ninja Gaiden 2 not being warmly welcomed early on. And obviously 3 in Razor's Edge wasn't either. But yeah, each game plays differently, so yeah, is this a tradition with 3D Ninja Gaiden as it is? And 4 is no different, pretty much. Yeah, if you notice, Hein doesn't have boost either. So instead of getting a boost icon there, I only got a health one instead. But he's still pretty overpowered even without the little boost thing. Hopefully I can grab it. No, I took an extra hit. Oh my god. Yeah. You really have to be careful who you kill last because I missed out on both upgrades. That's what I was mentioning earlier. Yeah, you can tell just how more hectic this fight is. He just puts more projectiles, depending when you go to the stage. That's pretty cool. There's like sort of a rank system. Oh, I could reach it. Nice. I agree. NG4 should have just been a spinner. Yeah. Yep. But I know they're in a tough spot too because if it was called a spin-off, people will compare it to Yaiba, and that was like the final nail in the coffin for the series. So I doubt you want people to be reminded of that. So for easy sales, or to have more than likely guaranteed sales, call it 4. But now we have to compare it to Vanilla 3 because Ryu's like, he's not fully finished. Yakumo is, and there's content already there. Like chapter challenge is going to be there. Mission modes, I think something else. Like it's already starting off more fleshed out than like all the vanilla games. Like you had to buy mission mode in Ninja Gaiden 2 vanilla, and chapter challenge wasn't in Vanilla 3. So we're getting stuff day 1. It's just Ryu being unfinished is a real bad look. Yeah, they really shouldn't have put him in the game in his state right now. Yeah, I think 2 more months. I think it's the 21st today, isn't it? On October 21st. Is Ninja Gaiden 4. So we have a lot of time to keep speculating. I know Gamescom is going on right now, and I know they have a hands-on demo of Ninja Gaiden 4. So I need to keep an eye out if like people are putting videos or something. See what people are saying pretty much. There we go. A little messy, but I really missed the PvP from Razor's Edge. I was really bad at it, but it was fun. I never had a chance to play it, but yeah, they should have kept those things because like Sigma 2 didn't keep it, and Razor's Edge didn't either, which is a bummer. I know that was kind of like the trend at the time to put multiplayer and everything. Like Dead Space had multiplayer, God of War Ascension had multiplayer. Like everything, no matter what the genre, had to have multiplayer in there. Yeah, I think that would be like really cool if Ninja Gaiden 4 adds it. I highly doubt it, but okay, I don't think it lowers. I think it's sort of like a speed thing. No. Bro. I instantly double jumped twice again. No. There we go. Yes, jumping on aircrafts like this is a classic. You see this in Mega Man X4. And even Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. That ninja indie game also carries on the tradition, which is pretty cool. And I know there's a secret 0-0 mission. I forget what it's called. It's pretty much like the Amazon stage from Strider 1. But from what I've looked into it, it seems like you have to beat Arcade Strider and then use that save file as a sort of like, okay, beating the game unlocks this stage, but I only obtained the second game and not the first one. Yeah, because back then it came in a combo disc thing. One disc had Strider 1, the arcade port, and the second one had Strider 2. But yeah, since I only got Strider 2, I didn't unlock the secret mission. One second. Alright, we're back. Let me catch up. Okay, yeah. If only they could kept those features from those games. But yeah, they were based off the whatchamacallit, the Vita port. So yeah, the Vita ports didn't have them, so the Master Collection didn't keep them either. Oh crap. It's funny to think about that the games on the Master Collection are based off the Vita. I don't think many people know that. Nice. There we go. But yeah, I think this is... Yeah, this is the end of stage 4, I think. There we go. I think the final stage. Oh, okay, we gotta fight the general. But yeah, after this, now we wait for Art of Vengeance, the new Shinobi game. I wasn't too sold on the demo. I think I will still try to pick it up, but yeah, I wasn't 100% sold on the style of the game. We'll see though. I still plan to play like Shadow Dancer, and I actually want to go through Shinobi on like Game Gear, at least the second one. So if we need a palette cleanser, then we do have some backup for Shinobi. Now the final stage. Yeah, I think after this we're gonna call it here. Because it was actually not too bad practicing this game. And then once I found out Hein wasn't too different, like strategy wise. Okay, I'll get a little extra playthrough in. Yeah, I'm thinking of playing Cyber Shadow next. But like I said, Art of Vengeance is coming out I think next week, so I might be able to practice Cyber Shadow in time. That's a big maybe. Yeah, I think Cyber Shadow will be really fun. Okay, I made it in time. There we go. Like, we still have 2 months anyways till Ninja Gaiden 4, so our hiatus won't end anytime soon. So I definitely have time to play a lot of classics. And actually, for Halloween though, I do plan on playing different games, not just ninja stuff. One of the games for sure is going to be Rondo of Blood. And I'll keep it at that. I think I'll keep the rest a secret. Yeah, we still have a long time until then, obviously, but I like to keep it fresh as long as possible. Okay. Luckily, this goes through platforms. I always forget what this is. Okay. Okay, time to fight the orb. But yeah, fingers crossed that Strider reboot goes on sale sometime soon. I think that'd be really fun to play after like Cyber Shadow and the Messenger, especially. Because they both have sort of that exploration thing going on, mixed in with linear gameplay. Yeah, this guy's still Hein, but he has a really cool alternate color. And this one's a lot easier to keep him trapped. Because as you can tell, it's a homing shot. And it does, so it's a lot more reliable damage. And more damage too, compared to HIryu. Yeah, so this won't take as long as before. There we go. Quick work. Now there's no boost for me to pick up, but he still has, like I said, homing shots. So it'll still make the last boss pretty easy. Oh, there we go. Oh, I should have picked up the power up to make this final boss a bit easier. The throne room. Yeah, I might stream again Friday or Saturday. That's a big maybe though. So I do have Hein on the PS3. So you can probably do like a little small quick run of that. But we can if I have free time, I'll just do a short little Hein stream. I don't think I even need to climb up there, honestly. Ooh. Mashing pause too much. No. Hopefully I can do enough damage. Oh, it's teleporting. No. Oh, of course. There we go. A little messy, but we got it. Yeah. So we did both playthroughs. Very messy, but still really fun game. I like the artwork, the controls. I like the boss rush heavy like sort of turn this game took. They're just very exploitable. Like crouch and attack pretty much. Yeah, still very fun to play though, and very nice to look at. Now this one took a little faster. I don't think you unlock anything after beating it. But yeah, they're panning the whatchamacallit, the Amazon stage, I think. So it's kind of hinting at the 0-0 stage, the secret one, but yeah, it's had to beat the arcade one, the arcade disc. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Oh, you unlock infinite boost mode, but that's it, I think. I was hoping beating Hein would also unlock the secret stage, like as if there was multiple ways to get it, but I think there's only the one way. Let me see. Yeah, just the original 3. But yeah, GG's everyone. I just want to do a very quick stream because we actually wasn't too bad practicing this one for a bit. But yeah, thank you for watching, hanging out a bit, and until next time.